Hi Capricorn, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with a reading today. We have a tarot reading. Yeah, we do. Let's see what we have. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Because summer is, it's pretty much here, right? Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been that warm here usually, but, it's been getting cooler over the past 4 years. So they say it's warming up, but not where I live, not in this part of the state. I know that to be a fact, yeah. But let's get into this right now, right? So, yeah, but today it's nice, it's breezy, but it's usually hot this time, or usually, traditionally. Yeah, let's see what we got here for you guys. We have fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. Look at that. So, wow. All right. So this is fulfilling your destiny. It is as a cosmic change maker. This means that you're doing something yourself, Capricorn, or somebody close to you, right, is doing something to to change their life, right? Actually to fulfill their destiny. It's like a shapeshifter. So in other words, we come into the world with a natal chart and these talents and this and that, and we're born into a certain family, and that shows up in your chart. Yeah, it shows up if things were all cozy, or if things were kind of, if you came into the world, kind of where things were kind of maybe topsy-turvy and things like that. But personally, right, it could be, right, because, I mean, a lot of people were born, in times of, or born into a situation where it was difficult, right? And that's just life for some people. But the cosmic change maker means that, you're a part of your own, you have a lot to do with your future and what happens. So this is about somebody who does something in order to achieve and, fulfill their destiny, right? It's very cool. It's also a number 6, which means that they recognize something in order to, do that or to make that happen, to make the effort, things like that. We have the universe card. Interesting card this is. This is the world card. It is. And in this particular deck, this is something that is like fated, right? These are all, these cards are, this is something fated. Yeah, these are, kind of spiritual, intuitive type of cards, right? But these two cards are totally about, fate and destiny and things like that. We have deliver your greatest gift to the world. That's really interesting. So it could be about career. It's a number 10, achievement, right? And Capricorn, that is your house, the 10th house of achievement. It is. Uh, but deliver your greatest gift to the world. It's just really interesting here. This is somebody is really, what this means is that you or this person is really living fully, and they are reaching for the stars, and that's their greatest gift to the world. This can be your courage, could be really to make things happen, or to allow them to happen, or to maybe adjust things in their life so that they can fulfill their destiny. Yeah, that's what this is about. This is kind of a trippy reading. It is. Let's see what these cards say. We have the Fate card. You see, I've been talking about fate, Capricorn, right? And here's Eileen Chang. And when I say people are born into sometimes a challenging situation, I don't remember how I put it exactly. For Eileen Chang, who, I'm sure her attitude was like, I'm not a victim. But her parents sure made it hard for her. They locked her in the closet and told her with the nurse and said, there's nothing wrong with you. And there was actually first I think they put her in there because she was sick. That's what they said. You're real, real sick. And the nurse was like, no, she's not. And so they put the nurse in the closet too. But she had to fight to get out of it, is my point. And she escaped. Yeah, her own parents. Yeah, and that's fate, right? Really interesting here. But she came out much stronger. I'm sure she did. And let's see what we have. We have the belonging card with Janet Frame. This card seems to come up a lot. And it's about somebody who really wants to belong to somebody else, or maybe to a family, but they want to belong, and they just felt like they didn't belong in the past. This could be about somebody who kind of had low self-esteem, could be, and Now they want to really live life, and very gun ho about living life, right? And it can be about this belonging card. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, you guys. It can be about somebody who was kind of mistreated here, especially next to Eileen Chang, right? Somebody who was kind of mistreated and or grew up in these conditions. I was saying maybe they weren't the best. It could have been financially fine, but psychologically not. I mean, that happens, right? Yeah. But, not just, where it's, there's no money, and then, that part's bad. And then psychologically well, I mean, that's more often than not. But, well, not really psychologically well either, kind of. But anyway, long story short, this Janet Frame card next to Eileen Chang, somebody could have, had some, grew up with some conditions where they didn't believe they could have what was really their destiny, what was really good and beautiful and positive. I feel like somebody thought that in this reading, like that's not for me, it's for other people, something like that, right? No, it's for you, it's for all of us. It's everybody deserves. Your birthright is to be happy and abundant. That's your birthright. So it's just that we come in here and we get conditioned in a lot of different ways, right? Yeah, we have the coming to life card, you see? That's what this is, coming to life. Somebody wants a relationship with you. They feel like you are fate and destiny. But somebody in this reading is coming to life as well. They're like, hey, I want to live, right? Maybe somebody was sick here too, because Eileen Chang was sick, right? Yeah. I feel like she was, what's the thing about her? I don't feel like she was, I don't remember exactly, but she wasn't as sick as they said. And I mean, she ran out of that closet, I'll tell you that. So, she wasn't that sick, right? Let's get another card. We have unexpected visitors. So Capricorn, this person is coming to speak to you. Unexpected visitors. And here's a little girl opening the, the window here. I guess that's the door. But, maybe it's a window. I think it's a window, the way she's so close to the opening here. Now, and looking outside, who's there? And so somebody is coming here unexpected, and I feel like this person, here's the other thing, this person didn't feel right where they were, either in another relationship, or they didn't feel good with whatever they were doing. Eileen Chang didn't, and Janet Frame didn't either. Janet Frame, they tried to give her lobotomy, and she got away. She did. I got to give her props, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I don't think she's alive anymore, but I'm not sure, though. Shouldn't really say that, but I feel like this was a while ago when they tried to give the lobotomies, right? And yeah, it's a real thing here, in this country, right? People go, oh no, this is everything perfect. So, they can't do that anymore, right? Thank God, right? Yeah. They're over there working on you like you were kind of like a toy in a workshop, or in a toy shop, right? Yeah, like an elf. Let's just give you a lobotomy and see where it goes, right? Let's see what we have, Capricorn. If you want to get a psychic reading, I always check for accuracies. Yeah, and they're a lot of fun. I have different formats, and they are accurate. Yeah, and you choose the format: live call or a recording or both. And same thing with the tarot readings. And for a psychic reading, if you want to understand where somebody's coming from, get one. Yeah, definitely. And the combos, I do the cards at the end. So we have two forms of reading them, basically. Because first I just read the person without any, props, cards, or anything like that. Past life readings, you can get one of those. They're super powerful, Capricorn. Super. Yeah, that is something that can really empower you. Because you are remembering who you were in another life. It's very awakening and liberating, and it really helps you to be a better and more courageous in this life. It really does. It shows you, it makes you more compassionate too. But check out the description box below, and that has everything to do with your South Node in your astrology chart, your past lives. You choose them. I don't do it. So you send me an email if you want to know about it. Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading. The bottom of this deck is the 8 of Wands. We have change coming. And we have the unexpected visitor. So that's change, right? Yeah, because he's unexpected. And she said, who's there, right? And, said the boogeyman. No, just kidding. The little rabbit's outside here, and the frog. The rabbit is for abundance and fertility. I forget what the frog stands for, but it does, has its own meaning here. It does. And, but she's looking outside, and she's some young girl, and she goes, whoa. Now, this is a 5. This is going to be a surprise visitor. And so there's some challenge tied to this. Whenever we see a 5, yeah, right? It's the opposite of give me 5, right? Which is, kind of a happy thing, right? Give me 5, right? I'm showing my age, I'm pretty sure here with that. Yeah, let's see. We have Capricorn for you guys. Today we have a different spread. Yes, we do. And we start with the High Priestess. We have the 2 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So maybe there is an earth sign or an air sign here. Maybe there's a water sign, a Pisces or a Scorpio with the High Priestess. 4 of Pentacles, Moon. That could be a Cancer maybe. We have 4 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. And we know the 2 of Cups is these 2 people who want to be together. Yeah, they don't want anybody else. And he just handed her that, that cup. And he said, you better get drunk tonight because, I want to have fun. No, he didn't tell her that, right? And, she's accepting it. So this is an offer, but this is about 2 people who really want to be together, really. Or somebody who feels the other person is their true partner. Or, definitely can be like that, or a soulmate. So we start with the High Priestess, and we also have the Moon. So there could be a secret here. There could have been some type of a secret, right? Full moons, the secrets can come out. And they don't always have to be, excuse me. Sorry, guys. When I say a secret, I don't mean, the kind that when you're 2nd grade and you tell your friend, don't tell anybody, it's a secret. Or, even if your big sister comes to you and says, hey, don't tell anybody. But this is more, it's like a revelation that you realize. And, we just went through the Sagittarius full moon, and I have my own revelation about somebody in my family that I kind of just figured out exactly how they are. And I'm like, oh, right, yeah, okay. Which I thought before, but I wasn't really sure, and I don't like to jump the gun and, draw conclusions about people. But after this round, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, I was exactly right. But I'm kind of glad that I was a little bit kind about it in the beginning. Like, well, maybe that's not true. Maybe it's, having a hard time or something like that. But we might have a secret here. And we know with the High Priestess that when we have a secret, it's because she is the all-knowing. Because of her intuition and her insight. The secrets are also, another word for a secret is a revelation. So, and another word for a secret is knowledge. So in this reading, the High Priestess has a lot of knowledge. She was reading the Torah, which is the Hebrew type of Bible, I believe. Yeah, and so, but we start with the High Priestess, Priestess, and we have 2 of Swords reversed. Let's get a card on that. And the 2 of Swords reversed says, I'm trusting my intuition here. Could be. Or there's a Piscean or a Scorpio here that kind of, that is involved in some way. There could be, we have the 3 of Swords now. And the Death card. So I'm just kind of pulling these random, right? Yeah, not, didn't see the cards, of course. But here, Death card, 3 of Swords with this. A third party could be over. Somebody might have a little bit of heartbreak in this reading. Because Janet Frame was definitely heartbroken. Shoot, they tried to take her brain away. Or whatever lobotomy is, right? Somebody was explaining, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I know that you don't come out smarter. I know that for sure. I think they open your head and they I don't know, kind of poke at your brain, and I don't really know, but it's usually to control people. And so, but when you're done, you don't have enough, brains to figure life out, right? For sure you don't. But, they did this to Janet Frame, and then, Eileen Chang, was at the mercy of her parents for a long time. Her crazy parents, they were so crazy, even the nurse said, we got to get out of here, right? So, anyway, but these 2 people were kind of victims. So, They were, not kind of. This is true victims, not perceived, not I feel like a victim, real victims, right? So anyway, somebody could have suffered in this reading with this Three of Swords. Yeah, I feel like somebody suffered here. Yeah, it's possible that somebody didn't feel like they belonged to you, and they turn around, Capricorn, and they go, yeah, we completely belong together. Because remember, we have fulfilling your destiny as a cosmic change maker. Now, change maker is the key word. Yeah. There's a transformation here when we are, taking control of fate and destiny, right? There's probably a better way to put that, but, and some people say, well, can you really do that? You can in some ways, yeah. And in this reading is like an indication of that or an example of that. I feel like it is. This is by somebody being their best self and accepting something. They could be accepting their fate, right? We have that card. Accepting their fate as it was, and you know what? That just happened to me. I had to go through that, and now I want Capricorn. Hope I didn't say Sagittarius. I don't think I did, but yeah. And now we have Capricorn. What's helping you here is this Eight of Pentacles. That means that this person thinks they do belong with you. Eight of Pentacles, he knows he belongs at this job. He said, yeah, I don't want to, he's a goldsmith making pentacles. He said, I don't want to drive any Uber car. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to teach. I want to be this goldsmith, right? And I want to be an exotic dancer. That's what he said, right? We don't know if he's built well for that, Capricorn. So so here he is. And this means that this person really feels like they belong with you. This man knows this is this job of his dreams, what he was supposed to do, things like that. So that's helping you. And in the past, Capricorn shows the King of Pentacles. That may be you with Judgment. So this is an awakening for somebody. When we see the High Priestess starting the reading and fate, and over here, fulfill your destiny. This is an awakening in the past. Now we have the Queen of Swords here. A lot of people go through awakenings, a lot. Some are not as big as others, but we can have many awakenings in our life. I know I've been through a few, yeah. And we have the Queen of Swords, Three of Wands reversed. Maybe this card is a trip in this reading. They could have turned their back on you, especially with the Three of Swords over here and the Death card, right? There's a transformation in this reading, but there's also like something ends. Something changes so profoundly that something ends. They could be discerning here whether or not, maybe if they turn their back on you. And this reading is about discerning in a general way, like I really want to fulfill my destiny, in this general way of discernment. Three of Cups. Look at that. Three of Wands, Three of Cups, Three of Swords here. Three of Pentacles over here. Could definitely be a third party in this reading, right? Or there was. I don't believe there is one now, but I feel like there probably was one. Let's move this camera back just a little bit and straighten it out. Somebody could have turned their back on somebody. Because interesting with Janet Frame, they turned their back on her, right? The psych hospital, these people who were, they turned their back on her. It's like society turned their back on her. Yeah. Yeah, when I heard the story about Janet Frame, I'm like, I'm glad she got away, right? And fate. Her own parents turned their back on her, on their own daughter, because they were, Looney Tunes, right? Somebody could have had their back turned on them in this reading. They could have, like somebody could have turned their back to somebody else here. And now that somebody here is like fulfilling their destiny and they have done what it takes to be a cosmic change maker, to bring change. I feel like the bottom of the deck was the Eight of Wands. That's change. But Whoever, is the, the protagonist here, you or them, Capricorn. With all that, everything is coming to life now. There could have been some real difficult chapters in this reading with Eileen Chang and Janet Frame. Yeah. Right? There could end this Three of Swords. There could have been heartbreak and some real difficulties in this reading for somebody. And they come out on top. That's what happened with Eileen and Janet. Right? Yeah. And then the next card we had was Coming to Life. And that is about two people. It's about the choices we make here. Right? Our reality is defined by our choices. Right? Not by your mothers, your dads, your uncles, your cousins, your ex. Right? It is. And even if somebody makes a decision about us, that doesn't mean that, we're under it. Not as adults. Right? So here we have, coming in the near future, Four of Pentacles. And, I didn't mention this Three of Cups much, but this person may want to reconcile with you. We have Judgment up here. But this is about living happy, right? Fulfilling your destiny, that's happiness. Deliver your greatest gift to the world, that's about joy. This is about somebody with courage who looked at life and said, I don't like the way it is, and I'm going to change it. Right? Yeah, like they sing in that song, I forget, yeah, we got to change it, girl, right? Just you and me, right? Wake up everybody, right? That's the Blue Notes, Harold Melvin. It's a really old song, but it is, and so it's a true song. It's about, we have to do the changing, right? Four of Pentacles showing up in the near future, but we start, change starts with us, right? It does, with each person, with us. So Four of Pentacles with the Empress coming here in the future with the Star. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Somebody wants to either hold on to you, or there's so much value. They find that you're so valuable to them. You're worth gold to this person. He's holding on to gold too, Capricorn. You're worth gold to this person. This can talk about self-esteem, because the number 4 is about stability, and he's holding on. It's a very stable card, and the Pentacles are about values, right? Let's cover up this woman on the Star card. And now we have, for the advice, Capricorn, is the Moon. And let's get a card on the Moon, right? With the Six of Cups reversed. It could be somebody who wants to return to you. Yeah, just Capricorn, it's going to be about somebody who moved away, and, they thought they were all that, and somebody tried to give them a lobotomy. And then their parents put them in a closet, right? That's not fun. And they're like, oh shit, why didn't I just stay with Capricorn, right? Anyway, that part's not true, of course. The Moon card, Six of Cups reversed. The Moon card is doubts and fears. This person doesn't know, like, if you're going to let them come back. I mean, we start here with the Three of Swords, with the High Priestess. It could add you as a secret right here. There could be somebody heartbroken. They might have turned their back on somebody in this reading. They could have, as I mentioned. In the environment is the Four of Cups. This is somebody's bored here. That's what I said about somebody wanting to change their life. Fulfill your destiny as a change maker, a cosmic one. Somebody was unhappy here. They still are until they get with you, Capricorn. I mean, it's really what it is. They're coming to tell you, unexpected visitor, how unhappy they were without you in their life. That's how this reading looks. Let's get another card, and we have the Queen of Pentacles with it. That's you, or another earth sign, right? And so here, this is in the environment. This is somebody who was unhappy, and they knew it, and they said, hey, it's time for me to move on. Oh my goodness. And the hopes and fears is the Three of Pentacles with the Chariot card. This person's hoping to win with you, that there's movement, change, overcoming. Three of Pentacles. You guys are going to work together. Have a relationship. Two of Cups in the potential outcome. I'm going to leave it like it is, Capricorn, because it is beautiful. This reading is beautiful. It really is. It's very touching. And it took somebody, some type of suffering to realize your worth, Capricorn. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. So thank you so much for joining me. But I feel like that suffering or that, you know, painful recognition of how important you are. And I feel like they left you behind here, or you left them, maybe because they had somebody else. But that pain, there was really a purpose to the pain. And that makes it all even more like touching and profound, because this person knows now. Then they had to figure it out with some pain. Yeah, they did. It's kind of like when you, you know, when you punish a child and and you're like, hey, you're not playing video games for 3 nights in a row. They're gonna be like, oh my God, right? And I mean, that can be painful to kids, right? We didn't have it when I was a kid. No, only, my best friend had video games though, who, you know, yeah. But anyways, thanks so much for joining me, you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help make, you know, it really does help me to keep bringing these videos forward. And also hit the little bell if you want to receive notifications of uploads. Also, you guys, yeah, if you want a reading, check out the description box. Lots of fun readings. Thanks so much, you guys. I hope you can make it a great evening. Oh, fuck. I can't believe this shit.